Well, I am back, and I've built the wall around, and we're going to talk to this guy. By the goddess, verily, the statue hath come to life. This miracle is as a shining beacon of hope in this darkened domain. All that remaineth is to journey forth to the ruins of Tantagel Castle and bring about its rebirth in the same wise. If we stay alive that long, Harry, I sense a great evil approaching. Well, I am actually starving, so, like, could you maybe feed me? Thou art the builder, art thou not? The one who is blessed with the power to create. When the Dragon Lord took power and stole the light from the sky, I thought that all was lost, all hope was lost, and so I recited a charm and turned myself to stone. I know not how many years have passed since that moment, but 'twould seem the Dragon Lord's reign of darkness continueth still. And yet now that thou art with us, hope is returned. For thou art the builder, the one blessed by benevolent Rubus herself to make Alfgard arise again. Harry, wheresoever thou journeyest I shall follow, for the path that thou treadeth will lead us back to the light. Sure, let's do this fight. 'Twould seem that hated Dragon Lord, or else one of his unholy servants hath taken heed of the princess's revival. The princess is a budding beacon of hope in these benighted lands. We must protect her at all costs. 'Twould not do to face the battle unprepared. Tell me, Harry, art thou hungered? Then allow me to share a half part of the mist I have collected with thee. Come, Harry, pucker thy lips. Harry's hunger meter is completely filled. How farest thou farest thou now? Doth the body brim with vim and vigour? Yes. Then I beg thee, Harry, let not these marauding monsters snuff out Tantagel's only hope. If ever this land is to see the light again, we must make our way to Tantagel Castle and ensure its revival. Sure. Right. Well, before the battle starts, let's instantly throw on our new clothes that I made. Where are you fuckers? Where are they? Oh, there's one. Some dark skeletons appear. Come on, you fucker. Oh. Oh shit. Get out of there, you prick. Yeah, I can see you, you prick. Fuck off. What an asshole. Harry obtained a Blue Teleportal. Woo! Grrr, the light, mine eyes burn. Take thy light away, it is not needed here. This half of the world is mine, all mine. Oh, fuck you, whoever that was. You can suck a dick. Oh. I didn't even realise there was a hole there. I think I put that there myself actually to get out. Whatever. Right. If we're going through there, let's close that off. Can we make a chest? No. Fine. A fine display, Harry. I never supposed thou wert capable of such fine deeds of arms. But why lookest thou so solemn? Such gravitas does not suit thy happy occasion, nor thy face, for that matter. What? Thou didst hear a fearful voice from afar? There was nothing of the sort, I assure thee. Perhaps your mind is merely overstrained from the battle. After all, thou art the builder, not a warrior. Forgive me for asking so much of thee. And yet it seems thou hast been granted suitable reward for thine endeavours. That is a teleportal, is it not? On the morrow, I would bid your journey through that teleportal and seek out the ruins of Tantagel Castle. But as for me, for today, thy work is done. My shack is but a meagre place riddled with holes, but if you can repair them, it is yours to rest in. 1,000 thanks, Harry. Thou hast delivered me from the monsters. Pardon, thou didst hear a strange voice drifting upon the wind? I cannot claim to have heard the same. If I had heard such a terrifying thing, I am certain I would remember it. Mayhaps the day's exertions have frayed thy nerves somewhat. Why not rest for a moment? I'm sure thou wilt feel much better come the morrow. Fine. We'll go to bed. Bunch of dicks. Long have I awaited this moment. Come, take thy rightful place at my side. Do so, and I will grant unto thee dominion over half of this world. What sayest thou? Wilt thou rule beside me? Then let it be so. Yeah, and to signify the peace between us, wilt thou offer up thy weapon unto me? Ah, the great blade. Hast thou been but trusted thine arm? Such a weapon might have been brought thee victory. It matters not. Thou shalt receive thy just reward. This world shall be cleft in twain, and its blackest pits and dankest recesses rendered unto thee. May the darkness engulf thee for all eternity. Ha 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 ha. Harry, my child, why do you stir so in your sleep? Do you dream of the past once again? These painful memories are not your own, but those of a long-forgotten warrior. They were not meant for your eyes. Do not let these visions distract you from your duty. You need to fulfill the role entrusted to you. That will be enough. Harry, do you remember what I told you when you first awoke from your slumber? You are not a hero. It is not for you to defeat the Dragon Lord. Well, I'm awake now. Good morrow, Harry. I see from thy spirited stretching that thou didst sleep well. The way thou did toss and turn in the night, I feared thy sleep was but fitful. Full glad I am to see those fears were misplaced. Harry, my boy, I am a seer. I know what thou art and where thy future lieth. In her limitless wisdom, Almighty Rubus hath granted me a sacred duty unto thee. And here, in this unhallowed land of Tantagel, it is where thy role as a builder will be fulfilled. Harry, thine adventure is nearly at an end. Thou must needs preserve only a little longer. I don't know if that actually said preserve, I just read it that way. Speaking of which, 'tis time that thou didst put that blue teleportal to the test. I bid thee search out for the ruins of the Tantagel castle, whence the king of Ulfgard once reigned. Restore the light to the accursed place and see to its reconstruction. The unholy water thou didst create will be of much use to thee in this. Scatter it about thyself to breathe life back to the ashen landscape. No doubt the fruits of the purification process will provide thee with much needed materials for thy building efforts. And shouldst thou ever want to secure return to me and the princess, I will remain here and await word of thy success. Good morrow to thee, Harry. By thy moans and groans I gather thy dreams were troubled. Never before have I heard such pitiful cries. Surely thou cannot feel rested after such a restless night. Come to me, Harry, a little closer. Harry's HP was completely, health points are completely restored. I know not how to soothe thy tormented soul, but the body is another matter. If ever thou required mine assistance, I stand ready. In the meanwhile, wilt thou be travelling through the teleportal? Thou didst win in the previous battle. If fortune smileth upon thee, it may lead to my former home, Tantagel Castle, now lieth in ruins, but mayhaps thou mightest find some clue there as to how its revival can be achieved. If ever the light is to return to the place, the banner of hope must be recovered. 'Tis the rallying flag of our people, the proof that we humans once took arms up against the Dragon Lord's armies and can do so again. If thou shouldest plant it in the heart of the castle ruins, the goddess would surely grant the place her heavenly protection. I shall remain here and pray that benevolent Rubis ensures thy safekeeping. Fine. See you later. Hopefully we can get some materials to make a fucking mallet in a minute, because I'm getting bored of these sticks. Tantagel Moor, the heart of the darkness. Oh, brilliant, we got some more fucking... what the fucking called? Paralysing caterpillars. Harry, my child, at long last you have arrived at your destination. The darkness that shrouds this land keeps me from bestowing my blessing upon it, but thanks to the princess's prayers I can see you clearly once more. You stand in the very heart of Tantagel, the place you were ever destined to make your final stand. This land was once home to the capital city of all of Alkard. It was a joyous place filled with laughter and merriment. But because of a single warrior's betrayal, it fell to the Dragon Lord's curse and was reduced to this wasteland of death and destruction. Go, my child, head forth into the wastes and seek out the ruins of Tantagel Castle, recover the missing banner of hope and bring the light back to Tantagel. And as you go, you know that I do watch over you always. Sure. Wallop. I don't want these on me. Go away, skeleton, you prick. That's right, you run away. I'm gonna get some medicinal herbs. And some bushes. And more medicinal herbs. Hell yeah! Well, at least we can make some beds now when we get there. It is quite literally just there. But we've already returned some life to the land. So, hope does not dwindle. We shall return this place to its former glory. Some bellend obviously put a brazier right there. And we will turn this into healing cream. And this into medicinal herb. And we can make wrecking balls! Boom shakalaka. Can we make a chest? Thank you. Oh, I made a chest but it's gone on the floor. Let's use some of the dirt to build up a wall. For now. At least then we can have a spot in our inventory to pick up that chest. And obviously we'll have a bit of safekeeping from the monsters. Because as long as they can't see us, they won't attack us. Unless obviously they decide that they're having a fight against the place and they're gonna attack, then obviously we'll have a bit of a problem. But for now, let's just get this temporary wall up and going. And hopefully... oh shit. That's not what I meant to do. We can... okay, well, at least we can pick up the chest now. Let's run around in here quickly and use some of this. And return the life to the actual city. Voila! Succulent light and life will returneth to my landeth. Lolith. Dun 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 dun. Boom. And awesome. I think that's everywhere in here. I mean, we still have a few walls to put up, but it's not a problem. Oh, we found a world map. We are now officially here. That little circle with an arrow coming off of it near the top left sort of area. Or just off to the top left, rather. Can you? Thank you. There we go. Right, and now we will get... Oh fuck, we don't have enough room now again. Items... Drop. Let's go and shove our chest in here. Oh, there's already a chest in here. Awesome. Let's put our dung bales in there for a minute, because I don't want to lose them. Because I'd feel bad then. We'll shove this extra chest down there. And collect this out the way. And we will collect some materials. Clearly this was the princess's bedroom. But obviously the place has fallen into a bit of a worse for wears. Oh my god, can I make a fucking... I don't care about... Well, I'm not even looking at the book. The book is titled A Passage to Tantagel, Volume 6. At long last, I have arrived at Tantagel Castle. Ooft, did I dream of this moment during my grueling journey from Cantlin. And yet my dream is becoming a nightmare. The rumours were true. There is naught left in this place but darkness and death. Of the bright and bustling city of Tantagel, once the jewel of all Alfgard, nary a trace remaineth. However, there is one man who dwelleth here still, he on whose shoulders the hope of the people of Alfgard rested. The hero whose fated shrug ushered this land to its doom. But what use have I of this information? I have not the strength to continue mine adventures any longer. I have reached my destination, and here my journey must needs end. If thou who readest this pages didst follow my journey from here from Cantlin, I say this to thee. If thou didst take some comfort or understanding from my words, then mine arduous journey was not in vain, for that thou hast my thanks. Finally, I would offer thee a word of advice. If ever the light is to return to this land of darkness, the banner of hope that was stolen by the monsters need be recovered. The fiends have it locked away in their newly built fortress to the south of these ruins. Their numbers are formidable and their defense is strong. To have any hope of success, thou must need to prepare for a battle like never before. O brave adventurer, thou who dost follow in my footsteps, restore Tantagel to the light and let Alfgard rise again. Sir Reginald Augustus Grayness, Cantlin Brigade of Guards. Well, sorry dude, but right now, honestly don't care. I need a mallet. Thank God for that. Right. Give me my mallet. No. Equipped. Now we can move these. And you know what? I'm going to move this as well. I'm going to place it in here. And I'm going to go back to them guys, and I'm going to get the weird table thing to make the holy war. And then I'm going to clear out all these weeds. So I will be back momentarily.